June 8, 1924. Two men vanish just below the summit of Mount Everest. For nearly a century, no one knew what truly happened to George Mallory and Sandy Irvine. Did they conquer the world's highest peak nearly 30 years before Hillary? Or did Everest claim them before their triumph? Now, after 100 years, what appears to be Irvine's frozen foot has been found, still laced inside his original boot. Could this solve mountaineering's greatest mystery once and for all? Subscribe to Infinity for more gripping historical mysteries like this one, and don't miss what this chilling discovery could finally reveal. In 1924, George Mallory and Andrew "Sandy" Irvine were part of the third British expedition to Mount Everest. Irvine, only 22 years old, was a novice climber, but an expert in modifying oxygen equipment, a key asset for their final summit bid. On June 8th, the pair began their ascent from Camp the Six. They were last seen by Noel Odell, glimpsed through a break in the clouds near the second step. After that moment, nothing. No radio contact, no return. The mountain had swallowed them whole. The world was shocked. Had they reached the top before dying? If so, they would have beaten Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay by 29 years. Speculation flourished. Some believed Irvine carried a Kodak camera that could hold proof of a successful summit. Many expeditions since have sought their remains, particularly the elusive camera, hoping to answer the ultimate question. In 1999, Mallory's body was discovered, intact, eerily preserved, with injuries that suggested a fatal fall. Yet Irvine remained missing, fueling the fire of mystery even further. If only we could find him, researchers said, maybe we could know the truth. That moment finally came, a century later. The 1999 Mallory and Irvine research expedition was the first major attempt to find their remains. Using clues from decades of climbers' sightings, they scoured the North Face and eventually discovered Mallory's body. He was face down, with broken ribs and rope marks, indicating a fall likely while tied to Irvine. Mallory's goggles were in his pocket, suggesting the fall happened after sunset. Curiously, the photo of his wife, which he intended to place on the summit, was missing. This absence ignited debate. Did Mallory summit and fall on the descent? Irvine's body and camera were still unaccounted for. Until 2024, many expeditions followed, in 2001, 2010, and even by drones in 2023. The north face of Everest is treacherous and constantly shifting, hiding secrets beneath snow and rock. But one clue would finally surface, quite literally, bringing new light to the legend. In October 2024, a National Geographic-backed team led by climber and filmmaker Jimmy Chin made a monumental find. Near the central Rongbuk Glacier, at about 8,200 meters elevation, a boot was spotted protruding from the ice. Inside it was a human foot, remarkably preserved by the cold. Nearby, expedition members found a rotting sock labeled with initials, A.C. Irvine. The boot was a 1920s-era climbing style, consistent with Irvine's known gear. DNA tests are underway, but the evidence strongly suggests this is indeed Sandy Irvine. This discovery is considered the most significant find on Everest in decades. The team also found remnants of vintage climbing equipment and an oxygen cylinder from the 1933 expedition that tried to recover Irvine's body. Though not yet confirmed by DNA, the location and artifacts make a compelling case. The question now, what else lies buried in that frozen tomb? The boot and foot are currently undergoing preservation and forensic analysis. Irvine's family, still in the UK, has provided DNA for comparison. Forensic anthropologists are examining wear patterns, bone structure, and decomposition. The sock label adds another layer of authentication, rare for century-old fabric. All evidence is being cross-referenced with expedition archives, Mallory's notes, and 1924 equipment logs. Analysis shows the remains were located lower than Mallory's, suggesting he may have fallen first. No camera has yet been found, but the search area has now narrowed significantly. If discovered, that film could change the official history of Everest. The condition of the remains hints they've only recently emerged from the ice. Climate change, ironically, may be aiding in uncovering Everest's deadliest secrets. Mallory and Irvine were known to have carried a Kodak vest pocket camera, the holy grail of this story. Preserved film might still yield images if kept frozen for nearly a century. Several expeditions have focused solely on finding that camera. If Mallory and Irvine reached the summit, they likely took photographic proof. Kodak has confirmed the camera model used and even prepared restoration protocols for frozen film. The 1999 team hoped Mallory had it, but it was not found on his body. Most experts believed Irvine had it when he fell, which is why his body is so critical. Now that a part of Irvine may be located, the renewed search continues in the immediate area. National Geographic has already announced plans for a 2025 follow-up mission. The world waits. Could this mystery actually be solved on film? If the evidence confirms that Irvine was found and a summit photo exists, mountaineering history will change forever. Mallory and Irvine would become the first humans to summit Everest, not Hillary and Norgay in 1953. It wouldn't diminish Hillary's feat, but it would rewrite the record books. The early 1920s expeditions were astonishingly ambitious, with primitive gear and no detailed maps. Recognition of Mallory and Irvine's potential success would highlight their bravery and innovation. It would also emphasize how dangerous early mountaineering was. The 1924 expedition was not just about conquest, it was about national pride and personal sacrifice. This story could also revive interest in historic climbing ethics and traditional gear. Books, documentaries, and museum exhibits are already being updated in anticipation. The legacy of two men who vanished into the clouds may soon be fully realized. Finding Irvine's remains provides closure for many, especially his descendants and Everest historians. Yet Everest continues to claim lives each year, reminding us of the mountain's cold indifference. The mountain gave up one of its secrets, but not all. The search for the camera, the complete remains, and the true timeline of events still continues. Climbers continue to be inspired by Irvine and Mallory's courage. Their story now bridges the past and future of exploration. They represent the ultimate price for human ambition and discovery. We may never know every detail, but this breakthrough has brought us as close as ever. As the ice continues to melt, more secrets may emerge. Sandy Irvine may finally come home, and the truth may at last be revealed. If this historic breakthrough moved you, please hit like, share this video, and subscribe to Infinity for more true stories behind legendary mysteries. The mountain has whispered part of its secret. Will it reveal the rest?